So you said that it's basically pharmaceutical versus the actual care of nerves and
Okay.
So I think you probably know where I'm going with this. So, how do you feel about big pharma? I feel like as a chiropractic or a chiropractor, you are more of, like you said, I'm pretty sure it's holistic healing. You're there physically. You're physically working on the issue, not prescribing like, hey, shove this down your throat and then boom. I don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
I
watch.
don't want him
I'm
to
trying
either,
to
yeah.
watch what I say. Actually, I have no problem with big pharma as an industry.
Right.
Because I feel like there's a place for everything. I mean, my dad's a pharmacist. He has his pharmacy in Kissimmee.
Right.
My mom's an RN. I have uncles who
Wow.
are MDs.
Oh, damn.
So
Wow.
I have no issues with the whole medical side of things.
For sure.
Sometimes where I have issues is like we overprescribe things. That's the only part I have problem with. When we talk about big pharma, they have a place. I mean, if someone's like, I have patients that come into my office, I'm like, oh my gosh, my muscles are this. My doctor told me I need to start taking potassium. Can you give me something holistically? And I'm like, well, technically, if you're completely depleted, you need to start with that, but then you need to transition away from that, not taking that for the rest of your life.
Right.
And I think if I have to say anything, that's the only part of the big pharma I don't like. Where we take medications from, we diagnose you with this, and till the day you die, you're gonna be on this medication. You should always look for a holistic way to fix the problem, so you can start with the medication and wean yourself off of it as time goes on.
Right.
Wow. Wow, that's big. I'm the CMOS guy, of course. That you know about CMOS, of course, correct? You take CMOS? You ever prescribe it at all?
Honestly, I haven't, and that's what we're working towards. So I'm actually transitioning from injury care to wellness care. Okay. So with the wellness care, definitely I've been doing my research on like what can I introduce my clients or patients to that's gonna potentially help their lifestyle. So like what holistic things can I tell them, like, okay, try this, try that to improve your life rather than just taking this every day. Take it. I'll still work with your MD. Take this in addition to what they're taking, as long as there's no indication between the two products. And as time goes on, they assess you and they can always reduce, doses or eventually take you off of it. But the whole goal is to get you away from taking medications.
So you can't, legally, if someone comes to you taking 10 different pills, you can't tell them to stop taking X, Y, Z.
I personally wouldn't.
Of course. Yeah.
Because, that's just, like I said, because I come from the medical field. From families in the medical field. Let me not say I come from it, but from families within the medical field, I know how important it is sometimes to take those medications the right way. But like I said, my whole goal is just to ultimately get you off of those medications. So
Gotcha.
It takes time, and hopefully I can work with most physicians hand in hand. Like, okay, I know they're taking this. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing within my office, so you can put that into your notes and know exactly how to maybe assess this patient in a couple of weeks. Do they still need this medication? Because a lot of time, patients are taking medications they don't even need. They've just been taking it for years and just continue taking it. So the goal is just to get you away from taking medications if you don't have to.
So I take it you've seen multiple patients come in, taking medications, and then stop taking majority of them at least after dealing with you for X amount of time, right?
That's a common occurrence within the office.
Wow.
Where it's like, you come in taking this, and over time you go to your doctor. It's interesting. I don't get credit for it, nor do I need credit for it, because it's your body actually doing what it's supposed to do.
Right.
My whole job is just to take away what's interfering with your body doing what it's supposed to do. So that's when I talk about subluxation, when the bones literally just move slightly out of place and it's putting either irritation or compression on the nerve roots, which affects how the organ functions. So we take that out, your body kind of like, okay, resets itself, and it starts functioning properly, so you don't need those medications.
Wow.
And when I say I don't get credit for it, because I don't need credit, but it's like, yeah, it's idiopathic healing, it just healed by itself. And I'm like, yeah, but they've been taking medication for 5 years. They've been seeing me for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they're doing better. Obviously, something I did here helped their situation. But again, like I said, I can't take credit because I'm actually not doing it. I'm just removing what's stopping the body from functioning the way it's supposed to.
How long were you in school for?
God, altogether, I feel like I've been in school my whole life, honestly.
Well, before you get into that, I do want to talk more of what led you to being a chiropractor. So you were born in where?
So I was born in Nigeria.
Okay, shout out to Nigeria. Yeah. What part?
I was born in a place you probably never heard of.
You never know.
Okay, have you heard of Ekiti State?
I believe. Say it again.
Ekiti. Okay, so I was born in Ekiti actually, in Oye Ekiti.
So that's not
But it's
Lagos?
like further south. I mean, it's further south.
Oh,
It's
no, I
like,
haven't.
yeah. So,
Sorry.
but I grew up in eventually I moved to Ibadan where I grew up. It's
Okay.
like maybe 30, 45 minutes from Lagos.
Ibadu, you said. Okay.
Yeah, it's like just literally the next.
You good. You good.
Lagos is there, Ibadan is like, not far from it. So
Okay.
so I grew up in Ibadan and then moved here when I was 15 years old, right before I turned 16.
How did you get here? What made your family come?
I mean, just like anyone else, just looking for opportunity. My parents, like I said, my dad, I mean, I didn't say this, my dad's a pharmacist, my mom was an RN. Quite honestly, I think there was a shortage in medical provider at a particular time in the U.S. system, so it was easy for them to transition, so we all came here with my parents. And
wow, immediate
That's
employment also.
Awesome.
Wow. Damn,
That's
man.
awesome.
Very
And
good.
you have siblings as well, correct? That's beautiful. Are you the oldest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the oldest, and I've got 3 other that follow after me.
Oh, that's awesome. Are they
Okay.
also in the medical field?
Actually, only one of them. My
Really?
sister's the one that followed in my dad's footsteps. The rest of us just kind of like fell off at some point.
I get it. You get, more Americanized, and it's like,
But you guys
life.
obviously seen success growing up also, so you
Sure.
know at least a path to go, of course.
Correct.